Hey, it's Jenny with Jenny's Wreath Boutique, and in this video we're going to be making a gorgeous summer patriotic wreath. I love this because it's made out of lots of greenery, beautiful greenery, and then some pops of red, white, and blue, but not like in your face. It'll be really natural and gorgeous, so I'm excited. If you are excited to learn how to make this wreath, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet. All right, let's get into the materials. Okay, first thing we're going to use is a 14-inch grapevine, and this makes about a 21-inch wreath total, so perfect for a front door, for a regular size front door. Of course, if you want to make a larger wreath, use an 18-inch grapevine. We're also going to be using hot glue and a hot glue gun, my favorite hot glue, and my wire cutters. I love these. All of these are linked under tools in the description below. And then the first greenery we're going to use is our mixed forest bush. I love these. If you haven't watched my favorite greenery to get at Hobby Lobby video, I'll put it right there. These are listed in there, as well as these. This is another one of my favorite kinds of greenery to get from Hobby Lobby, and I show these in detail in that video. But we're going to be using these as two of the greeneries. The next greenery we're going to be using in this are these laurel leaves. These are ones I got wholesale. I wasn't a big fan of them by themselves, but they make a great filler greenery. What I like to do is use a more expensive greenery sometimes. The ones I'm using aren't too bad, but then use a less expensive greenery as a filler because it looks beautiful mixed with everything else. I'm not a huge fan of it on its own, although it's not bad. It's pretty good. But this is our filler greenery. And the next thing after we make our greenery base is we're going to be using our red, white, and blue elements. So for red, I have these red poppies. Aren't they fun? They're so vibrant. I actually got these in a shopping haul I did. I will show you that thumbnail. I got these on sale last year at Michael's. I'm pretty sure they have them again this year. But any kind of nice red flower will do. And then for our blue, can you guess? Blueberries. I love blueberries. I am always on the hunt for good quality berries. So these are those. This is from one of my wholesalers. I have a cheat sheet in the description of my favorite places to buy florals, both retail and wholesale, so you can grab that in the description below as well. And the last thing are Queen Anne's lace. I love these. These are from Michael's. I got these in a pro pack from Michael's and I love them. They're such a good quality. They have nice big heads on them. I just need 5 heads, so I have a spare one right here. Just put everything aside and we're going to start with our mixed forest bush. So I'm just going to take it apart, set the ferns aside, and I'm not actually going to use this part. It's not my favorite. So for the mixed forest bush, I'm just going to use the fern parts and the eucalyptus parts. I'm going to set the ferns aside and start with my eucalyptus, and then I'll get into the next bush. I'm not sure if I'm going to use 2 or 3 at this point, so I'm just going to do one at a time. So I glue the stem and stick it into the grapevine. This one's going to go more toward the middle, and this one is going to go more toward the outside. And some of these have little seeded parts, and the other ones are plain, so I'm making sure those are also mixed up. And then I'm just going to continue this until I have finished this first greenery layer. Okay, now that our first layer is done, I'm going to move on to these ferns. And I used just over 2 bushes for this. I used 2 bushes and like 2 pieces from the third bush. I could have spread them out more if I only had 2 bushes, no problem. So I'm just going to put some of these on the outside, and then whatever's left I'll put on the inside. Just dabbing a little bit of glue, moving the leaves, and then putting it around. Okay, now we're going to add in the laurel leaves. And like I said, these are from one of my wholesale suppliers. But if you watch my Amazon greenery video that I posted last week, I will link that in the description as well. There is a leaf in there that would work really well in place of these. If you can't find these, it would actually look even better, but it would cost a little bit more. But if you're interested in that, I will link that video down in the description. But any kind of leaf like this would be great. So these have 3 pieces. Can you see it has 1, 2, 3. Well, this one's like a double. So I just I cut off the bottom one and have that as a smaller pick that I use more on the inside. And then this will be a larger pick that I use more on the outside. Gives me a little bit more control, and I can face as many leaves possible forward. A lot of times if I don't have perfect greenery, or if it's one that's not super great, you can just adjust the leaves and bend them a little bit and they will look so much better. Like, look at that. It looks so much better already. So I'm just going to glue the stem and put these around the wreath until it looks pretty full. And then I see this one will go more toward the inside and fill in that part. After this layer of greenery, the wreath is going to look so full and pretty. And you could just leave it like that as a greenery wreath if you wanted to. Or maybe you want to make yourself a greenery wreath and then just put in the red, white, and blue pieces without gluing them in. And then once summer is over, you can take it back out and have a year-round wreath again. All about being efficient with your supplies. I'm actually using the same greenery in an orange wreath that I'm making for my VIP group for a tutorial in there. If you want to get on the wait list for that, you can click the link in the description. But that's going to be such a pretty wreath. I'm so excited about it. But yeah, I use this greenery there too. Such a great filler. The leaf falls off, just dab some glue on the hole and put it back on the little nub. It's good as new. Probably better actually. Okay, look how it's looking so far. I mean, you could leave it just like this, without adding in the next greenery if you wanted to, and it would be great. But I love this. This is one piece I had left over. I mean, look at it. So pretty. So I'm just going to add in this last texture, and I just think it really brings it all together. So pretty. So I'm just sticking it in and kind of fluffing out the greenery so it just blends in with everything. Oh, so versatile. I could put this in everything. So pretty. Also, I have to say, I cut all of these at once with one cut. I love these wire cutters so much. I love them. And one thing, a lot of people have asked, do they have a spring so they open up automatically? They don't, but look, I just let go and they open because they're kind of heavy. So they're not spring loaded, but they do open. Okay, so here is the greenery part. Oh, isn't that so pretty? And now we're going to add in our red, white, and blue. So first I'm going to add in the red poppies. So I'm just going to cut these in two so I have a couple stems together, and then this has a little bud with it. And I'm just going to glue these around the wreath so it's like spotted with red all around. All right, so now we have our red element in, and of course, if you can't find the poppies, any red flower will do. I've used red anemones, red berries. I did those in a spring Michael's haul. Some red berries would be really pretty. But now we're going to move into our white, and I just need 5. I had one that had one left, so I'm going to use that. Each of the Queen Anne's lace has 3 flower heads on them, so you'll need 2 stems, and you'll have one left over, one flower head left over. So I'm going to be putting this along the grain, and then I will be bending the flower up because I don't want to stick things straight in. All right, that looks pretty good. I'm always moving and fluffing things. Okay, now we're going to add in our blueberries. And I opened these in an unboxing when I was on the hunt for good quality blueberries, and I unboxed a ton of different kinds. But what I'm doing is each of these has 3 clumps of berries and then a couple leaves. So I'm just taking those apart. This is a good way to stretch your materials, is take them apart. Okay, I was wrong. They have 4 clumps. That's even better. And 2 leaves. And it's not like I need to add any more greenery in here, but since I have the greenery leaves, I might as well add them. So for these, I'm going to be adding them some on the outside, some on the inside, so the blue is distributed around the wreath nicely. This color doesn't pop up as well, so I'm adding a little bit more. Well, not more than the red. And one thing you could do, since these stems are pretty short, you could add them to a wooden pick. Michaels sells those, or in my VIP group, I call these my tulip trash. These are the tulip stems that I have, although these aren't very long. But if you wanted to make these picks a little bit longer, you could just wrap them around like this. Just take some floral wire and wrap it around your tulip trash, or any stems that come from florals that you've used that are thin. And I'm just wrapping my wire around it. I share tips like this all the time in my VIP group. And also I get other tips from other members in the group that are so smart. So yeah, look how much longer that is. Isn't that great? So that will help it stand out. So if you're wanting longer picks, that is a free way to do it. But Michael's also has some really great ones that are wooden and they have wire already attached to it. But if you're looking for a free option and a way to make the most of everything you've already bought, that is a great option. All right, so now I'm just going to add in this extra greenery. Since we have it, this wreath is already full, but we might as well use it. So if you see any gaps, that would be great to cover those. Or if you look at your wreath and you see it's not perfectly round in some spot, you can add that to round it out more. Or if you make a lot of these, you can save all of them and make another wreath with them. But I'm trying really hard to use up everything I have so that I'm not left with a bunch of stuff, because my wreath room is getting out of control and I'm trying to organize it. Okay, here it is. Oh, I love it. What a fun wreath. So perfect for 4th of July or Memorial Day or anytime. And if you are from a different country, obviously switch out these materials for whatever your flag colors are, and you'll have a gorgeous patriotic wreath. All right, let me know what you think, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.